Hey guys, Christian here from RE Factor Tactical. Today we're going to be discussing the new line of MSX suppressors by Maxim Defense Industries. So the DSX-Delta. A couple quick things. It is fully serviceable, extremely easy to do so. It is a monocore design. It weighs about 21 ounces, and on a 10.3 inch barrel, you're looking at about 134 decibels at the shooter's ear. When discussing the weight of the can, we're looking at right around 21 ounces. And when it comes to the length of the can, we're looking at about 7.9 inches in overall length. All right, so this suppressor is actually only 3 pieces. And the really cool thing is this small component is considered the suppressor out of all these other pieces. If something happens with your suppressor, if something breaks, if you have a baffle strike, anything like that, it is extremely easy to just unscrew this monocore from the serialized component, which is the suppressor, and then you can send the monocore or the tube or other broken components to Maxim. It could easily be serviced or warranted with no hassle and no ATF paperwork. One thing that is really cool are these carbon cutting ledges that Maxim Defense has built in here to the 12 and the 6 o'clock of the monocore. And why this is really cool is because for those who have never used a monocore designed suppressor, the carbon tends to build up the most in the actual tube, not on the monocore itself. So when you're actually taking this apart and cleaning it, these carbon cutting ledges are actually going to do quite a bit of the work for you. Because while those ledges are sitting inside the tube and you start to unthread this from the tube, you're gonna start cutting all of that carbon out of the tube. And when looking at the threads here, we can see that that is why they made the threads so much longer than what is needed, is because you're gonna get many more revolutions and you're gonna just cut so much more of that carbon out of this tube by the time this thing is off, and chances are most of the work's already gonna be done for you by the time you're at this point. It is full auto rated, okay? So, whatever host you put it on, as long as it is above an 8.5 inch barrel, that's one thing to note here that is very important. The minimum barrel length that you can use the DSX-Delta suppressor on is an 8.5 inch barrel length, okay? So you have to go from an 8.5 up and then you're fine. So something like this Maxim Defense 508 would be perfect for the DSX-Delta. Because it's direct thread, you have the ability to actually pin and weld this can to whatever barrel that you have. And that is something that Maxim Defense Industries is going to start offering, is they're gonna have this 8.5 inch configuration with the DSX-Delta pin and welded on the gun, which will give it a complete and overall length of 16 inches, meaning you will only have to pay for 1 tack stamp as opposed to 2. So closing thoughts on the DSX-Delta from Maxim Defense Industries. Overall, we think it's a really cool design. Not everybody wants to be able to service their cans, and that's fine, but for those of us who do, I think this is a really smart way to do it, especially with the 3-piece design, being that the serialized unit is not even something that's typically going to break. So everything that we've seen on this suppressor just shows that Maxim Defense is really forward thinking with the products that they're trying to release, and the DSX-Delta, in our opinion, is no exception.